Money will come when you're doing the right thing. Recovering a sense of abundance. This is one of my favorite subjects in general in life because as an artist, you struggle a lot with money, managing your money. And I feel that it's not because you don't have experience or you don't know how to manage money, but honestly, the life of an artist is like goes ups and downs, and the money that you get can be is very uncertain when you're gonna get your next paycheck, right? Sometimes you have seasons when you're earning a lot of money, and then you think it's gonna be like that all the time, and then you have periods where nothing is happening, and then you feel very insecure. You have fear that the money you have is not gonna last. When is gonna come the next project? And believe me, I'm telling you all this by experience. And this is a subject that was important for me. I read so many books about managing your money and how actually your feeling towards money, your psychology about money influence a lot in the money that you have in your bank account or the feeling of abundance that you have in your life. So this week confirmed me what I read years ago, because I definitely have some experience to tell. It's some stories that I want to share with you that for me were kind of magical, but also like eye-opening. And I will share with you my theory of having abundance in your life or feeling abundant in your life. First, in the book, you need to discover what are your blocks towards money. And it's not that you are born like that, but you were taught by your parents, by your family, teachers, just people around you. And again, they put their fears into you. And you grew up maybe thinking, or especially, we need to be very careful with words, because sometimes as an adults, we're not even conscious about what we're saying. But for a little child, it means a lot. And of course, as a lot of people, I grew up hearing in my family that maybe people with money are not nice people, or you need to have money to do more money. You need to have money to make more money, or money doesn't grow in trees, or just different kind of quotes that puts in your mind that money is very hard to get. You need to have respect for money, because money is like a relationship with a person. I feel that if you don't treat that person well, or you don't respect that person, you don't give time to that person is not going to stay in your life for a long time. So in my past, I started to be very disciplined about money, especially because as an actor, your life is, you don't know when you're going to have your next project, when you're going to have your next paycheck. And yes, there are projects where you're earning a lot of money, and then you think that's going to be like that, because that happened to me. And then nothing, not like nothing. And then I was thinking like, oh my God, I was spending money, not being conscious about money just because it was fun, instead of being respectful with the money that I earn, and treat it with discipline. So this is my theory of money. I believe that the universe, God, has a lot of money, but he's hunting the people who administrate money very good, because he wants the money to expand, right? So I believe in life, we as human beings, we need to learn and demonstrate that we are good administrators of the money. So either you have $1, $10, $1,000, $100,000, you need to administrate them correctly. And it's like going to school. Like you are having the first basic school, basic level, and then when you accomplish that level, then you can go to the next one and the next one and the next one. To manage money correctly, what I believe is that, I read a book years ago about the secrets of millionaire mind, and that gives you also a perspective, a very psychological perspective between you and money. And he proposed a way of administering your money. You need to have 6 accounts. One is basics, another one is fun, education, donation, investment, and savings. And one account that is very important is the donation part, because I believe that in life there should be a balance. You give and you receive, and then you give and you receive, and that's how it works. The circle of life. That's what I want to call it. And I think it's very important to have that balance in your life towards money. And these are my experiences. When I read that book years ago, I would say maybe, wow, I think maybe 10 years ago, or a little bit more than 10 years ago, I was earning a good amount of money, right? But again, as an artist, it was very uncertain when the next paycheck was gonna come. So I wanted to be very disciplined, and I read the book, and I was very committed to do that. So I started like being very disciplined in those 6 accounts. Whatever I earn, I just divided in 6 accounts. And the donation account was not very hard to do. I started donating to a charity for dogs and cats, and I felt very good with it. And I remember one time I was taking singing lessons, and I didn't have enough money in my education account, and I still had to divide the money in all the accounts, right? And I was thinking, if I don't donate this month, I can't pay for my singing lessons. But then I thought, no, but that's not right. You need to put that money there, because that money should go to that account. So anyway, I was disciplined enough, and I did what I thought was right. So I put the money in the account, in the donation account, and then I thought, okay, maybe this month, instead of 3 lessons, then I do only 2, and then next month, then yeah, we will figure it out. And for my surprise, when I did that, I took my dog to the park, and I was just walking, and I remember I needed 200 pesos, which was like $10 kind of, to complete that money for my singing lesson. And believe me, I was just walking in the park, and I found just in front of me $10, 200 pesos, just there. Like it was maybe noon. It was the sun was shining, like it was just there, like anybody could pick it up. And I remember I was like, whoa, like I grabbed the 200 pesos, and then I was looking around like, is this like there was nobody in the park. And then I thought, like, what is this money? Like, this is exactly the amount I need to complete the money for my singing lesson. And then I thought, like, this is just crazy. This is just magical, because I cannot believe that I just put the money in the donation account and everything, and this is exactly the amount that I need to cover my lesson. And for me, there was no more explanation but God. I felt like, okay, I was disciplined enough. I show up that you can trust me that I'm gonna do the right thing, and the money just was just there. And I was so happy, and I felt like, yes, I felt that was a big sign that I am in the right path. I am doing the right thing. And I continued doing that, and I was earning more and more money. And then I was getting more projects, and I was thinking, what is all this? Like, I really like magic. And I remember I got a project where my salary per month was $10,000 per month. That was my highest salary ever. And I don't want to say this to brag, but not even, I mean, for me, that was like, what is this? Like, I never in my life, I could imagine that me, just a normal person, can earn that amount of money. For me, that was a lot. But here is the lesson, and I learned my lesson very well. When I started earning that amount of money, then the donation account started to feel a little bit like, oh, because it was not only like $10, but $1,000, right? And then I felt like this is a lot of money. Like like this is a lot. And then I started not being disciplined enough with that. And believe me, like universe acts like this, either for positive or negative. And my contract that was for 1 year, something happened in the middle, and then they cut it at 6 months. And then when that happened, because it was all of a sudden, like, and I was thinking, I failed this level. I didn't do the right thing. I was being, how do we call that in Spanish? Is tacaño. Like, I was being maybe a little bit selfish, and then I went back again to the first level of earning money, because that's when I moved to Los Angeles, and then I started, like, my savings were all gone, and I struggled with money in my first years in Los Angeles. It was not easy, because I needed to, again, to demonstrate that I learned my lesson, that I was good with money again. And last week I mentioned that you need to check what is your status with God, what is your relationship with God. And that was struggling a lot doing my morning pages, because I felt that I didn't deserve the help from God, from the big creator. And I feel that with money, sometimes I disappointed God related to money. Like, he gave me so many opportunities, and maybe I was too selfish, or I was not grateful enough, that I maybe disappointed him or something, in that I don't deserve that money. So I feel that week 5 and week 6 are a little bit related, because how is your relationship with God? And money is God in action. Actually, the book says that money is God in action. So you need to have a good relationship with God to be able to earn money and to feel the abundance in your life. But I feel something that for me is very important is to have that balance in your life, that you receive, but you also need to give something back to the society, to the world, to people, because it's your duty. That's the same with your art. You create your art not just for yourself. Yes, you can do it as a therapy, as a, I don't know, to create something that makes you happy, but also to help people, because you don't know if what you do, whatever your art is going to help another people. So that's the balance, to receive something from the big creator, but also to give. And he's for example, as a composer, when he receives a melody from God, his duty is to give that to the world. But if you just keep it to yourself, you're not doing the right thing. So this situation with money was like, yeah, that's how it is. Like, that's what it is. Like, maybe what I'm saying right now is a message that maybe God wants you to hear. And I don't want to sound like I am the channel or something, because I am really the most regular person in the world. But this situation with money, and my learnings and my experiences with money, being an artist, I feel that they were magical, and they were lessons. So after that period of my time where I was earning a lot of money, and I didn't manage that properly, then I went back to the basic level. And I struggled a lot in Los Angeles. When I was living in Los Angeles, I struggled a lot with money. And it was very hard for me to do the administration properly. I was I'm going to get money from this account and put it there. And then next month I will put it back. And then it's like, those kind of things. But I feel that one account that you shouldn't play with is the donation part. Now I have a regular job where I know exactly how much I'm going to earn every month. And this gives you certain stability, security, but of course, I would like to earn more money. And I feel that I've been disciplined enough. Um, but uh, but I feel that this feeling of like I don't deserve it because I have disappointed God so many times that I don't deserve it is still in me, and I need to fix that. Because this is also an idea that God is like a father, like a very hard, that you cannot approach to him. If you do something wrong, then he's like, okay, then you are not part of the family anymore or something. And we need to be very humble to come back and say like, you know what, I messed it up, but I want to be better. I want to do better. So guide me, and let him guide you, right? So this this week was like a confirmation of all the things that I've done before related to money, that I mean, I take care of my expenses. I try not to spend a lot of money just things that I don't need. And I think that also comes because you become a father, right? You become a mother, and you need to think a little bit better about your finances because now you have a family. It's not just yourself. But it was very very interesting this week. But I noticed also when I did the exercises that some of my thoughts have changed from 10 years ago to now, because I've been around very rich people, and before I used to think that, oh, rich people is they're not very nice. But actually I have met rich people, they're super nice, and they like to help a lot. And I was thinking like, I want to be a person like that. So I felt that in 10 years, my thoughts have changed a lot. I feel that there's still a lot of, it's still a process because I am not rich yet. I wish, but yeah, I think that is important. Usually some people do, they want to make a lot of money, so then later have the time to do what they love. But this book says like, this is the opposite. You need to do what you love first, and then the money will come for sure. And you need to do the right, and that is to do the right thing, because you were born with a gift, and your duty is to share that gift with the world, and the money will come. Also another thing, to think about luxury. In luxury, not like a brand, like a clothing brand, or buying the most expensive things, is that you need to allow yourself to have certain luxuries in life. For example, I love fresh flowers at home. And sometimes I don't buy them every week because I feel that, yeah, I want to save some money, or they could be expensive, which is like, I don't know, like maximum 10 euros per month. I mean, sorry, per week. And then I think, yeah, but that is 40 euros per month. And then it's like, like you start thinking like, yeah, there's just flowers that they die and then you toss them and it's like tossing money or something like that. That's my rational mind thinking. But then my heart is like, I enjoy so much to have fresh flowers at home. That gives me a different feeling, a different mood. I really love them. And that is a luxury you can allow to have for yourself, because you're not buying a 500 piece of clothing or something. It's just flowers. And in the book says like, you should allow yourself to have little luxuries. And the example they have is like, if you want to have the fresh strawberries that sometimes are more expensive than apples or bananas, for example, just buy them and eat them with intention, and that you deserve that little luxury in your life. And I feel that I also need to learn that, to give myself some little luxuries in life, like my flowers. And so I'm gonna start doing that, definitely. Also, they mentioned that creative luxury is also the time to do to yourself, to the space, to have a nice space where you do what you love. and just to treat you well, to do self-care. That is a luxury. I also started, that's a very simple thing, but I started putting more lotion in my hands, in my face, because I want to treat me better, and that is my little luxury that I am doing. So this is my reflection of week 6, recovering the sense of abundance. It was very nice. It was very nice week to for me, a confirmation that I need to continue with this discipline, and I need to do what I love, and money will come. But first, the most important is to do what you love. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you like this little reflection. I will see you in week 7, and we will see how it goes. Have a good day. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support, subscribing or liking this video. It's really helping a lot, and I will see you soon.